Hit after hit
Whatever happened to predictability?
after hit.
Say, Drake, I hear you like paying too much for your property taxes.
A Waco
No.
realtor,
Join
yes,
me tonight.
I did say a realtor is making these hits.
You know, a lot of realtors don't like my videos. Then again, if I were them, I wouldn't like them much either.
This is Cory Duncan.
Smell like in here? Smells like money.
From castles to your next dream home.
Now, where would I hide in a 4,000 square foot house? Would I hide in the primary suite? Would I hide in the primary bathroom?
This is the realtor in Central Texas making huge marketing moves.
Time to upgrade, better buy this house up. Hurricane Creek Trail, you need to buy this house up. Live like a baller when you buy this house up. Got a realtor, better call her and buy this house up.
Now, get ready to meet the man
Luckily,
himself
A mutual friend of mine recommended Cory. He was like, he takes care of everything. You don't have
and
to worry about
get
it.
to know more about his
You
story.
had one shot to buy the perfect house.
Hey folks, good morning to you, Central Texas. Thank you so much for joining us here for a mic check with Micah. We went on a bit of a sabbatical, but we're back temporarily. We're going to be back sporadically. But you heard my guest, Waco's very own Cory Duncan. First of all, I got to say thank you so much for coming and welcome here.
For sure. I appreciate it, Micah. I'm happy to be on the first. Is this the first streaming? Tell me.
Yes,
Yeah.
first live streaming guest, and boy, we were nervous about it.
Here we are. I can be the guinea pig, if you will.
Yes, he is. And I'll tell you how you kind of got my attention, okay? So I seen you did one of my favorite like turn up anthems, still taking over for the 99s and 2000s. We all know Juvenile, Back That Thing Up.
Yep.
One of my favorite videos. Tell us, you're a realtor.
Yep.
Tell us how you got into this thing of making videos and remixing songs to work in your favor to sell homes.
For sure, that's funny. So overall, you have to be different. You
Uh-huh.
have to stand out, and whatever that means for you, for your personality. I was texting some of my friends, thinking about back to 1999 when the song came out, and just like the first few notes, right? Just the first few notes of that song, you would just be ready. You'd be in, and that's that vibe that I try to bring in. So how did it evolve to music videos and to rapping? A lot of trial and error. You know what I mean? And getting feedback and response from my audience, from our audience, and man, just you gotta stop caring too much, right? And here we are. How did it happen? The natural evolution. Let's try some things. Let's have some fun, and here we are.
And it's funny you say that. So my coworker and I, we showed your video, I think last week on our 8 a.m. streaming show. And she was like, I like that he's different. You said that you were different. Two things that I always say. My favorite quote in the world is don't trade your authenticity for approval. Be you, no matter what room you walk into. And then Dana makes fun of me, but it's in my email signature. It says be bold. That means take risk, be courageous, be different. Do that. And I love that you are like that because I feel like that's how we should all be. If we can, real quick, I just want to show one of the music videos, just a clip of it.
Please.
You know, a lot of realtors don't like my videos. Then again, if I were them, I wouldn't like them much either. 4305 Hurricane Creek Trail in Arlington.
Let's go. Yo, I know what you've been missing. My listing got a lake that you can fish in. You wishing maybe you could get a water view. I got you. 3 beds and bathrooms, yeah, I got that too. Tall ceiling, tons of natural light and headspace. I run the game so long that I got a rep.
Okay. I just got to say, I absolutely love that. So, fun fact,
man.
my first 2 weeks here, Juvenile was doing a Tiny Desk concert. And that song played. And then when I tell you, I thought I was about to be fired because me and my co-anchor are just dancing. And then they put us on TV. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get fired.
See, I feel like back to your comment, authenticity gets rewarded. Whatever that is, as long as you can stay genuine to yourself, I think people appreciate that. They may not, it may not be their style or their flavor or their type of music, but I feel like if you're authentic with it, then people enjoy it. And that's why they put you on film. That's why they broadcasted it out, because they knew it was you, right?
I couldn't hide the real me.
For sure.
I gotta ask real quick, what is your favorite? You have a range of just music videos. You have Fresh Prince that you did. We watched Full House briefly. Lose Yourself, you did that as well.
Yep.
What is your favorite one that you've done so far?
I mean, I think the Juvenile one has to be the favorite one so far. Both the lyrics and obviously the song and everything that means historically growing up and you know how big of a hit that song was, but also the listing itself. That's an Arlington listing, 4305 Hurricane Trail. And it's so close to the Cowboy Stadium, you know, Globe Life Field, Texas Life, Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor. And so it just really allowed us to go with it. You know what I mean? And we have brainstorming sessions, and these don't happen on accident, right? We had all of the context to create that video, but I will tell you, shout out to Katie Munoz. She drove me that morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. That's when I started writing the lyrics to that song. 6 a.m. that morning.
You write them? I
write them every single, no chat GPT, nothing. That's straight from the dome.
Okay.
You know? Yep. So those are original. And so, you know, I kind of had the concept, obviously, started writing it, finished it as we were pulling into Arlington, got out, Dalton, the film crew was ready, and we just went with it.
Oh my gosh. And I feel like that does really showcase these homes that you're selling. Like you said, you showed the Texas Ranger Stadium. You showed, what else? You showed yourself on a boat.
Sure. Yeah. Think about that development. Something that I wanted to highlight that, you know, we could highlight these homes and their features just like everyone else, but then we would get the same views as everyone else. And so it's kind of like the production gets the results. And so, you know, in that video, it was like, hey, part of the development, they have a lake, you can rent a sailboat, and I'm like, get me on that sailboat. You know what I mean? I'll be out in the middle of the lake. I think my biggest fear out there was like, okay, I'm gonna drop my phone into, because the sailboat was small, right? And the guy who took me out, he was like, yeah, I've never really sailed one of these boats before. I was like, no, let's get it. We'll be fine. You know what I mean? We'll be fine.
You know, speaking of that, you were about your phone going out. Real quick, I was on a cabin trip with some friends, and we were... Mind you, these folks, they had so much liquor. I stopped drinking. But they had so much liquor. This dude, he went out to yacht. We're on a boat, and then he just dropped his phone. And you can see his face it just sunk. He just like...
Devastation.
I can't even fight. He even tried to go back and get it.
No. Pure devastation. You just got to go with it. You know what I mean?
Just take your L and move on.
That's it.
I want to talk about this next video real quick, because this one, I feel like it's a popular show. Came on NBC. Hopefully I linked the videos correctly, but we're going to take a look at this video.
All right.
One 517 Arabella Lane. There's a playground where you and your kids can play. Your friends are all gonna say, yeah, I wish, cause it's right next to a pond where you can fish.
Okay. So that one was for China Springs.
Yes.
Not in the McLennan County area. You're actually from Waco. Tell us a little bit about growing up, and if this was always your career that you wanted.
Yeah, so rapping or real estate?
Both of them. Honestly, he's talented because of me. I can't rewrite. I get out of breath rapping too. Like during karaoke, my go-to used to be "Set It Off" Boosie. And when I tell you, I just we had people.
It's exhausting.
It's
exhausting.
Lot.
Yeah. There's some breath and practice. So I am from Waco. I was born and raised in Waco, and went through Waco ISD. Graduated from Waco High.
Shout out to the Lions.
Shout out to the Lions. UT for my undergrad, and then back to Baylor for my MBA. But did I always know real estate? You know, a lot of people say, oh, as I discover myself and things in college, then I learn what I might want to do. For me, I had a mentor. His name was Paul J. Meyer, very famed author and businessman. And I just had I was fortunate enough to have consistent communication with him when I was growing up. And so when I was about 13 years old, every now and then I'd have lunch with him. And I just straight asked him, I said, Paul, if you were me, I feel like you know me enough by now. If you were me, what would you do for your career? And he said real estate. It was a quick, straight to the point answer. And I think on that day, the decision was made. And then, if you kind of have that lined out, you have that decided, then you build it. And I've done a majority, kind of an array of things in real estate, development, residential, commercial, flipping. And it really wasn't until late 2022 and 2023. I've been licensed since 2007. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Broker since 2011. But it wasn't until late 2022 and 2023 that I was like, I'm going to create a brand, right? I mean, you over time recognize where you're strong and where you're not so strong, right? I thought I'm going to create a brand, and through some trial and error and a lot of communication and just being me as much as possible, I'm going to grow that brand. And really this whole vibe, everything about my marketing starts from the ground up, right? It starts from lessons and having no marketing dollars to put in, seeing what works, listening to the feedback, and going with that, right? And then spending more in that area. And so anyways, so I started Haus Realty essentially beginning 2023, and we're midway, 3/4 of the way through 2025, and we are, we're probably the fastest growing company
Going
in the
strong.
area.
I mean, you obviously caught several news stations' attention.
For sure, for sure.
But I like what you said about branding and stuff. Again, I'm big on that too. I always say for me, my brand, I don't have a number like a news station.
Sure.
I don't have any call letters, but I am big on community.
Sure.
My neighborhood, 405 to the day I die, Oklahoma City, my neighborhood is Chisholm Creek.
Yep.
We called it the Creek.
Yep.
Hashtag just a kid from the Creek. On all my Facebook posts, it's hashtag just a kid from the Creek.
Sure.
On Twitter, Instagram, no matter where you find me on whatever platform, I'm always going to promote that. You might not know where that is at.
Sure.
Somebody asked me, is it the Creek in Salado? If you want to say so, if you think it's Clear Creek Road, if you want to say it.
Sure.
But you at least you know.
That's right.
Somebody even came to me, hey, just a kid from the Creek. I said, yeah,
Yep.
that's me.
And the fact that people are noticing that really speaks to you being authentic and you carrying that same message through. I always tell my agents, all of my agents, so I am the broker of Haus Realty. So I have 9 realtors who work for me as well, right? So I'm a realtor and I have 9 realtor agents under me. I always tell them the easiest brand for you to be is yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Dive into that. Go forward with that. You don't have to rap.
Yeah.
You don't have to sing or dance or flip or whatever it is. But what is your brand? What the easiest way for you to build a brand and communicate that brand is to be authentic.
Yes, and someone told me, I think in high school, it was this guy, Malcolm Thomas, he told me, you are your own brand.
That's right.
Your image, your face, your like you promote you. You are the biggest seller for yourself. I want to ask, growing up in Waco, what does it mean for you to be still in Waco and being able to sell homes and do business in your own community? I tell people, obviously, I had to move. I still love the Central Texas community,
Sure.
but being able to be here where you grew up, what is that like?
It's everything. It's everything. There's part of it that obviously there's the network and the connection and the friends and the people that you get to see. Obviously, every community has that, tight woven group of people and people moving in and out. That's always, a growing community. That's so important. But something that's also very important to me in the Haus brand is to be able to give back. Recently, the United Way called, and I'll have to get you a clip of this later. The United Way called and said, hey, we're doing our first annual karaoke competition. We'd like you to be in it. I'm like, I'm there. You know what I mean? And there was no hesitation. It was a solid yes. It's like they kept trying to sell me on. I was like, listen, you had me at karaoke. I'm in it. I'm in there. And for a good cause, right? And so, I went in. I actually got a bodysuit. I did Creed hire, had long hair wig, had somebody blowing a leaf blower. Shout out to my wife, Kate. She had the leaf blower there blowing the hair back, ripped the shirt open. So there's like chiseled bodysuit. Yeah, exactly, for the show. But again, the reason I bring that up is because the United Way, like a lot of other charities in Waco, give back to the community. And if nothing else, hopefully it's setting an example, right?
Yes.
Sure, the business is getting bigger and I'm getting getting busier and busier, which is the point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's important to remember to give back to that community, because the community gives back to you, right? So it's extremely important for me, being based in Waco, born and bred, if you will, it all kind of comes full circle.
And I kind of like what you said about when you were doing karaoke. You said, you got the bodies, you got the leap low and all that. I tell people, don't do stuff halfway. There's Wiz Khalifa,
Yeah.
Black and Yellow. Anything I do it big.
That's it.
Do it big. Go full out. Don't
tell
just
you.
halfway do it. If you're going to do something, be all in.
Yep.
Something you mentioned your wife, Katie. Let's talk about family, because I understand you all also have kids.
Yes. So I have a wife, Kate. We have been
Kate,
married.
I got it.
Yes, it's
Excuse
all right.
me.
We've got a Katie works on the team. Got a Kate. Don't get them confused. I'm good at that. I've got Kate, my wife. We've been married. Let me not misquote this live, right? Let me be married 12 years, I believe. If it's 13, it's cool. She'll forgive me. We've had 13 years.
Probably watching.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have a son, Miles. He's 5. He was in did you see the video?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so Little House.
Yes.
Little House.
Yes, I
Miles
did.
rapping at
Because you
the
said
end.
you said featuring Little House. Yes.
Featuring Little House. So he's 5, and then I have a daughter named Allison. She is 3.
Oh my goodness. I always say, it's funny, I was speaking to a Fort Hood soldier, and he was just telling me the joys of being a girl dad. He was like, it is something different, because I grew up, I'm the third child out of 4. It was girl, boy, me, and then 7 years later, girl. And when I tell you, me and my brother terrorized that house. Like, we broke
sure.
furniture, jumped off the roof.
Yep.
But a baby girl is just something different. So tell us,
Different.
about being a parent, if that's kind of changed your outlook and perspective on life, and then the difference between raising a boy and a girl.
Of course. So so my mom comes from 3 brothers. So she had 3 brothers in her. So no girls in that household. I had 1 brother, so it was me and another brother. So she had no daughters, and now she has a granddaughter, right? I have the daughter. And how does the perspective change? Well, number one, I feel like the things that you do when you become a parent in general become more intentional and purposeful and thoughtful. But in that way, going into the brand and my identity in these videos and all of the marketing I do, if anything, I'm just trying to show them, again, like, be you, be bold, have fun with it. At the end of the day, hopefully you see, if nothing else, you see in those videos that I have fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We have fun. I hope that, like, that's a culture for the business.
Yeah.
And so I want that to be a message for life, right? And for them, have fun, tackle things head on, be bold, be authentic. But yeah, I mean, of course, my son Miles was the firstborn, and again, kind of carried on this boys all the way through. And so there's always this we're gonna play baseball and football and do all the guy things, and then the daughter comes around and it really does change the game, right? You get a little softer, I'm not sure about the My Little Pony names or anything. And then you learn real fast. You know what I mean? You start to learn real fast, and you start to learn the Frozen songs, and you start to learn those kind of things. But it's great. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
It's funny seeing parents kind of develop. Like my brother, my niece is about to be 2 years old, but we joke with him saying his favorite show is Bluey, because that girl, she loves bingo.
Oh, so good. It's
so
so
that's
good.
just so funny to me. I guess, is there anything, if you were to be remembered for one thing, known for one thing, what would that one thing be?
And that's a tough one. That's very it's very deep and philosophical. I hope that would be being genuine.
Yeah.
Right. Back to the authenticity. And of course, like, if in any spot I can show any sort of kindness or caring or give help when somebody needed it, I feel like I hope that would be my legacy. Not the company. The company is great, and money and success are great. But being there to help, whether that's clients or friends or family or a stranger, most importantly, I hope that that's what I would be remembered for.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to say or we should know?
Man, I'm here to answer questions. It's funny when people ask, is there something else we should know? Well, hopefully in the way that I market and I present myself and my company, you get a full view of me and who I am. And so while I'm open to any questions, hopefully I have shown you, as much of me as possible. But yeah, man, if you have any more questions, I'm here for it. I say, I kind of live with this mantra that nothing changes if nothing changes. Right. Okay. So I was trying things. I mean, I'm 38. Okay. And just look back, only 2023 really when Haus started. Okay. And I had tried things and things were successful. That's a relative term. Right. Yeah. But then I was like, I'm going to dive straight in to Haus Realty, created the name, created the logo, and I'm just going to go with it. So whatever it is, no matter how late it is, what stage you are in your life or career or anything, I feel like that's my message. Yeah. Go with it, be you, be bold, be authentic, and you'll get rewarded. And guess what? If you don't get rewarded and you fail, I don't love that word, but man, I can stack up my failures. But those are lessons. And then you're going to try the next thing, and you're going to go in all in 100%. If you're going to do it 100%, until you find what I can guarantee you will be success.
And real quick, because I play about coming in on time, but leaving, I don't play about that. I'm sad. Yeah. Something that you said, failures, something I love Meet the Robinsons. And it's just like, yay, you made a mistake. That means you get the chance to try it again and try to be better at it.
That's right.
So I say, take the risk. You might shoot and miss, but at least you tried. That's right. And at least you know not what to do next time and how to improve. So I'm big on that. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Duncan. Real quick, where can they find you on social media?
At hausrealty.co on Instagram, Haus Realty on Facebook. Plus, now we have Haus Media, media company. A buddy of mine, the legendary videographer Dalton Ross. We brought him in, founded Haus Media 3 days ago. We shot with Big Al from Kid Craddock Morning Show. That episode is going live soon with Blake Shelton's mom. We've got some other celebrity moms coming up. So we are creating video content for other businesses to allow them to express themselves. At Haus Media Official on Instagram. Find us on all the socials. Cory Duncan for my personal, at Cory Drew Duncan on Instagram. I'm all over. Just a little Google search or Instagram search. I'm there.
It's easy. Hey, I say get to the money by any means necessary.
Come on.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here for Mic Check with Micah, where the goals are always to inspire, inform, and entertain. Have a good day, Central Texas. Y'all know it's time to go to bed.
Thanks, guys.